A coroner's inquest into the death of a disabled teen who was in the care of an Ontario school for blind children has begun. Eric Fiano has been following this and joins us live in studio with more. Good evening, Eric.
Hi, Taz. The inquest is looking into the death of 18-year-old Samuel Brown. He was found unresponsive inside his room at a boarding school in Brantford 5.5 years ago. The inquest will hear from a number of witnesses as jurors seek to answer 5 key questions and make recommendations to prevent something like this from happening again.
In today's inquest, the jury heard that Samuel, who was born with a genetic condition that left him blind, deaf, and nonverbal, died on February 9th of 2018 while attending the MacDonald School for the Blind in Brantford. Jurors are set to hear from multiple witnesses, including Samuel's family, staff at the school, an expert on medical ableism, and a pathologist who conducted a post-mortem examination of his body. Samuel's mother, Andrea Brown, was the first witness to take to the stand today. She described Samuel as a person with unconditional love. Samuel was a teacher. He taught you how to care, how to be patient, how to love. Brown emotionally recounted the day before her son's death, saying she had received a call from the school indicating he was slightly unwell. Around 12 hours later, Brown says the school called her again to tell her that Samuel had been found unresponsive inside his room and was brought to the hospital. When she arrived, Samuel was already dead. Lack of answers following his death pushed the Brown family to campaign for a province-led investigation into the matter in 2019. There are conflicting conclusions on his cause of death, as the initial coroner's report suggested he died of natural causes, while an autopsy pointed to pneumonia. The inquest is seeking to clear up this conflict. Jurors are expected to find the answers to 5 questions. They are: who died, where did they die, when did they die, what was the cause of death, and what was the manner of death. The jury heard today that the inquest will explore Samuel's heightened risk of food or liquid entering his airways, the safeguards in place to recognize and respond to that risk, and the school's policies for students who have trouble communicating their needs and symptoms. It will also explore how cause of death statements are framed when disability is a factor. The inquest will last 10 days.
Dr. David Cameron, who was a coroner and the presiding officer of the inquest, made it clear today that the purpose of the inquest is not meant to put blame on anyone. It is purely meant to look at the past so tragedies like this can be avoided in the future. The jury could make recommendations aimed at preventing future deaths when the inquest is over.